we're a group of 5 second-year medical students, and just to be in this room is an amazing opportunity for us. So we are Retina Technologies, and to provide some context as to what we're pitching, Zach and Alaudin gave us an amazing overview of the AI. But as we move on to this era of digital ophthalmology and this next generation of AI and mass scale ophthalmology and screening, you really need to have a platform for delivery. And as you look at our presentation, I want you to think about that. We are this platform for delivery for the next generation of ophthalmology. Okay.
So as Ashley mentioned, we're a group of medical students with previous backgrounds in clinical research, business, software, hardware, AI development. And our goal is to leverage emerging technological advancements such as virtual reality to increase access to vision screening by integrating the majorly used gold standard vision screening test into a VR platform so that we can increase the throughput of vision screening in the ophthalmological offices as well as bring it to non-vision specialists and retail places. So to put it in a little perspective for you, every single year there is 250,000 cases of severe vision loss and blindness, which incurs an economic burden of $27.5 billion annually. However, on the positive end, 80% of those cases can be preventable, but in 25% of the counties, there are no optometrists or ophthalmologists, and the major barrier with that is the high technological cost, which we're aiming to overcome by having a VR platform. So integrated vision screening with a bunch of different examinations that are done in the office on this portable, low-profile, automated device, which can also be plugged into AI and have refer, non-refer recommendations so that we can file people to see specialists when it's most needed to prevent diseases that can be preventable. And we can have a centralized patient data storage platform to track vision longitudinally and to license it to companies that are interested in obtaining the data.
So really there's 3 use cases business-wise. So you have your primary care doctors who are screening for diabetic retinopathy and a series of other diseases that can kind of pop this on a patient, have them go through a battery of tests, and then with AI, refer, no refer, they don't really even have to interpret the results. The second big use case is retail. So we're in talks with Warby Parker and they're kind of supporting us, helping us along, they're interested. Places like that, they're there to buy glasses, but we can drive more demand and also allow them to provide more comprehensive vision screening, and it really is a value add for them as well. And of course, this isn't replacing ophthalmologists, optometrists in any way. This is in fact funneling the right patients beforehand to the specialist. Not only, in a fee-for-service or a value-based care model, not only are you catching diseases early, you're also increasing the lifetime value of that patient. So, in the business model, you have your one-time margin on the hardware that you sell. Think about CVS, Warby Parker, any primary healthcare physician. You have a recurring percentage of the examinations. Now, there's already codes out there for perimetry, 92082, some of the imaging. So we're actually developing some integrated, kind of under the covers a little bit, some integrated imaging stuff. So that's recurring revenue there, and then data licensing as well.
So we have already been IRB approved for a trial that will be conducted in New York for 1,000 patients. It will have 2 parts to validate the technology. The first one is ptosis. So we actually devise a condition-specific algorithm. So in ptosis there is a superior obstruction, and we'll be specifically evaluating that with our software. And through this trial, the N is only 35. We've powered it through speed of comparing our VR technology against Humphrey, and we'll evaluate it for accuracy, for patient satisfaction, and receiving their feedback will upgrade our technology as necessary. And then we'll have a full VR trial with a bigger N to test our entire platform of vision screening tests. And our major ask right now is actually finding a collaborator with New York to help us recruit the patients.
Yeah, so of our VR platform, we actually have it right here. So if you want to try it later during the networking event, I'm more than happy to take you around in a little world. And so we have 4 different tests. Well, we'll have 5 different tests as of tomorrow on it. So we'll have contrast sensitivity, color blindness, a Snellen chart. We'll have an Amsler grid for you, and we'll also have our own proprietary perimetry examination. So we're really excited about this. Our funding to support this project has been $35,000 through the New York City Media Lab and their accelerator. And then we got an internal Mount Sinai 4D technology grant linked to the MSIP and everything. They've been such a humongous help for IP production, helping us build our business plan and connections.
And we've been invited to pitch for an NSF SBIR, so we're doing that, NIH SBIR, and then we're also, just throwing this out there for a few months down the road, we're very heavily considering doing a 500K open note, just to kind of power us through. We're medical students, so we need contractors and some full-time people to work on this as it accelerates. So.
Is that proprietary?
The perimetry is proprietary. Some of the other software is not necessarily proprietary, and the hardware we're developing for integrated retinal imaging is completely proprietary.